Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. As always, we have our 3 piles here, with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box also. That being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1 and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this beautiful sunstone crystal, then this will be your reading. So sunstone is all about joy, empowerment and vitality, as written on this little piece of paper here. This was actually a gift from the following week, a beautiful gift that came through from a lady who felt inspired by many things in life, but partly by my channel to write this amazing book. So maybe you'd be interested in this book, considering you chose the crystal that came with it. She said she saw the crystal and thought of me immediately. It could also be a sign, I felt, that maybe you see something this week and it reminds you of someone, and if you do, buy it, give it to them if you have the capacity to do so. But anyway, this book by Lauren Rose is actually about transforming your relationship with fear, anxiety and panic, and stepping into your power, reclaiming your life. She also has an amazing podcast you might like to check out. I did share a post on her when this came through last week, but her podcast is called Us Anxious Folk. So you might like to check that out too if it calls to you, if you feel like that's something you might be looking for as a resource. But anyway, back to the sunstone crystal. It is a beautiful, beautiful, bright, vitality-filled energy. So let's jump into your reading, and it's a super empowering and interesting reading. So it kind of goes with that empowerment, joy, vitality energy of that crystal. And we have just crossed over into March, so there is that new energy there. Another thing I'd mention as well is I've been offering numerology horoscopes. We look into the tarot and other things as well, but starting mostly with numerology, and it's been so helpful for me. That's why I started offering it to other people. So yeah, and the feedback I'm getting from those has been fantastic as well. It's good to look into what the energy is currently for you, so you're not working against it, and you can just surrender to it and work with it. And you know, it's a really, really handy tool to have, and they're pre-recorded reads, so if you're interested in those, it is a video that will be sent to you. So let's jump into your reading. We have here a bunch of big energy. Actually, you have a lot of major arcana in this reading, so it tells me where you're at right now. It's like a big shifts are likely happening, things that are happening for you, not to you. Definitely feel that. This is a good shift. It kind of, I feel like the remnants of something dissipating, and I feel like it's like you're just a new cycle is definitely beginning for you here. Anyway, the energy in this reading, I see Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Scorpio. Yeah, those are the main energies, but like I always say, it may be you, someone you're dealing with, and it doesn't matter all that much anyway. It's just, you can also think about those particular signs and the attributes that they carry. So on Libra here as well. So let's jump into that past energy with the Lovers, the Chariot and the Four of Cups. So some of you, this is about a few things, and one could be like a long distant timeline situation, like something way off in the past, and some of you it's more recent. But what I do see here is, like, for some of you there may have been a very important connection for you in the past, and you may have walked away from that connection, or something about it didn't work out, but there's other meanings, so hang tight here. We've also got this sense of like really being committed in your life right now as well, more recent energy. So you may be like quite in the flow, or have been in the flow and focusing on what's important. You're getting your priorities straight. You're moving into these priorities and getting through your to-do lists and goals with more confidence. However, with the Four of Cups here, there's still this lack of fulfillment in your situation, regardless of how other things are pushing forward and things are going quite well. There's still something that needs to be dealt with. And I did notice when I first picked up the tarot for you, and it was very clear that the Modern Witch needed to be used. So maybe you relate with this deck specifically, but The Five of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, so that can sometimes be about like walking away from petty dramas and mind games, or just situations. It doesn't even have to be that. It can be a situation that you might have been invested in with other people involved or another person involved, where it's for some reason didn't work out and you've had to just walk away, and you've both walked away feeling pretty empty about the situation. So it's a hollow energy, that Five of Swords anyway. And when I see the first card of the bottom deck, when I start any type of reading, it usually has a lot to do with it. And it did come out in this reading. Yeah, Five of Swords did show up as well. But anyway, in the past energy, like I said, it can be long distance timeline or something more recent where although you've been very, very committed to your path, there's still a sense that you haven't got everything you want. There's still maybe something you want. And on her jumper, it actually says over it, if you can see that there. So there's a situation you're kind of quite tired of, and you do all you can to make things work and be, I'm hearing synergistic, so maybe you're really trying to work with someone here, but harmony is a very important value for you, I do feel. And for some reason, maybe it's a workplace drama, who knows, but there is a situation that you're quite sick of. And but be mindful that things, even if like that one thing is like really dampening all the other great things that are happening, please try to connect back to those wonderful things that are happening in the deep commitment you're making to your life, because you are in the power seat. Although everything's not perfect. Oh, I've got a little paw on my knee. Hey, Bippy. So even if, what was I saying? Even if, you're not entirely happy with everything, please remember that you have been working very hard to get where you are, and there are a lot of good things around you. I do feel that, and I feel like you're taking control and you're quite committed to the things that are healthy for you. So as we progress into the week ahead, it's actually quite nice. I'm going to make some references for the local weather events in my area, because I know a lot of people tuning in are in my area, and it actually does show up in the cards, which I was looking forward to seeing if it would, because those of you that are overseas may not know, I'm filming from Australia, and that's Queensland, and then that's Brisbane, and we do have a tropical cyclone headed towards us. So, and it's interesting how I can see that in the cards. I'll show you. So for those that are local to my area, it would be more interesting for them, I'm sure, but still is cool to see. So starting your week, we have the Magician. This is your current energy. And obviously the message of the tropical cyclone stuff will obviously be more for those who are connecting at the time of release, because it's sort of like that's the week ahead. But anyway, I'm obviously going to read other meanings into it as well, because it's so layered. We start the week with this beautiful Magician energy. I love to see it, especially coming off the Lovers and Chariot combination there with that Gemini Cancer energy. It shows me that regardless of whatever this situation with the Four of Cups is, where you're like quite disappointed in a person or a situation, universe is still giving you all the good things though. There's opportunity around you, and a lot of the opportunity is stuff you've already just made for yourself. So enjoy that and keep doing it. But with this Magician, it shows that whatever this is, you're in the power seat to dictate how this unfolds. If you have got a drama with someone or something that you're not happy with, you are actually in the control seat here to create the changes you may wish to create, with Strength here next to it, and then Temperance as well. 3 major arcanas after coming off 2 major arcanas. Your outcome's got a major, there's 2 majors there. So this is when we look at major arcana, we're looking at the bigger, like zooming out on the life and those bigger influences in our life, the bigger structure of our life, rather than those minute little details and things that we can control. The major arcana can sometimes point to things that are out of our control or are more all-encompassing. So with the Strength card and Temperance as well, it shows that this is an energy of you having control, and I'm hearing not biting back. So if somebody is trying to poke the bear, you're not biting back, you're staying in, you just know what you want, you know what you're about. It's a little paw on my knee again. It's so sweet. You're just not tolerating things this week, but with a loving grace about it too. Like you're asserting a boundary with peace in your heart, with grace in your words. Like it feels good. You're able to control things. And so maybe this control is also within yourself. Maybe there's some things you want to hone in or refine for yourself. But Strength shows that, there may be challenge here, but you've got what it takes, and you find peaceful resolution in this situation. As we progress into the week ahead, I'll show you the more weather event in the cards in a moment. You probably already see it. in the, where are we? Yeah. Yeah, it's actually over there as well. So if further into the week ahead, we have this beautiful King of Cups energy showing up in your reading, Six of Wands and the Two of Cups. So for some of you here, this could be someone else or it could be yourself. Gender does not really matter in the tarot, but this can be a very intuitive man. Maybe you're connecting with someone who has strong intuition or has a good guidance for you in the emotional realm, somebody with a lot of emotional intelligence or a capacity to really help nurture or support you. So this is somebody showing up in your week, I do feel. This is also could be representative of you. You are this person likely for other people. You take it how it resonates, but the King of Cups is here and it's a beautiful energy to to see. And with the Six of Wands, Two of Cups afterwards, some of you it's about like maybe developing relationship, or for some of you if you're single it's like maybe you're looking at putting yourself out there to have a date or meet with someone. You could be actually meeting with someone at the end of your week. It could be your already partner. If you're single, like it could be going on a date, or just you could be meeting up with a friend even. It doesn't have to be romantic. This can be just someone that you really feel connected to at the heart space. You feel like there's a soulful connection between you and this person, and it may feel really nice to see them, or maybe they see you in a positive light. Like you feel like maybe it's been a while since you've seen this person, and you get to show sort of what you've done for yourself in that time, because the Six of Wands is like displaying your attributes. It's and people acknowledging you or your success or how far you've come. So there's definitely a victory here in your week and a connectedness here as well. So now bring it back to the cyclone message, because it's actually interesting. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I look at it for the days of the week, and now cyclone is actually due on the Wednesday, Thursday. So we see with Temperance, the waters are rising, right? And then with the King of Cups, it's like, oh my God, the waters are lapping at his feet. And then over in the Two of Cups is sort of like the waters residing again. So it's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday sort of energy. And then in your challenge, which we've got to get to now anyway, one of the challenges for some people might be like hectic winds with the trees blowing and the clouds really being like that. So and even the water at the feet here, like trapped. I don't feel like it's going to, well, I don't know. It's hard to say, because obviously deep floods can happen around cyclones, and our coastal line is already being, the erosion in the coastal line is already happening, and it's quite a dramatic effect, and we're still days away from it arriving. But for those that are in the local area, one of the challenges might be that like maybe the cyclone throws off your plans this week, or that there could be some water rising, and it'll be different obviously in different areas depending on the impact, but it does look like lots of water, rain and wind is going to be a challenge. But anyway, taking it away from that, I just found it quite funny, and it'll be interesting to see how it shows up in the other groups, because people in my local area obviously tune in a lot. And even in what will help with the challenge, there's like this message of keeping water at bay. But anyway, the challenge itself. So, and it was this way. We have the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords. So mental challenges, of course, outside of the wind and rain and water. This could be dealing with a situation that you really want to like correct or make happen, but you're powerless to do so. You could really want to drive towards someone or say something to someone, whether that's with love or aggression, wherever you're at. You may really want to get your message across to someone, but you don't have the capacity to do so, or that you're blocked from speaking with them, or it's not appropriate, or there's like this level of constraint here that you feel powerless in a situation you wish you could have more drive for. Now, for other meanings of this message as well, it could also be that I'm just noticing, I've never seen this before, but I'm noticing like it kind of looks like dark storm clouds now I look closer, but I think it's representative of like the army camouflage pattern. And whenever I see that in the tarot, I always think of it, this person has come from a battle or going through a battle. So this could also be the case as well. You either are or dealing with someone who is maybe very confrontational, or doesn't think before they act, or is just maybe even straight out aggressive. I'm hearing the word belligerent. That could be energy you're dealing with. And this person, and they come from a place of powerlessness. Like they don't even understand why they act this way, or like there's a lot of unconscious behavior happening with this person. If this is maybe not for everyone, but I'm definitely connecting to something for someone here. Yeah, and this I feel like someone you deal with that, like, they want reaction out of you. They want to know you care or something, or they just don't know what else to do to, like, stand in their own power. Remain gentle with them and understanding, but don't buy into the games as well. In this situation, this may be you is in a situation where you feel powerless, or you maybe are acting out of fear. So take how it resonates, but that's definitely the challenge, is mental challenge and kind of immature behavior, I feel there. And if it's merely the weather warning, then it may be that, you know, like I said, your plans have been cancelled, or, you know, you've got to do a lot of things to prepare for heavy winds and rain and stuff. So what may help with the challenge? We have the Six of Cups and the Page of Cups. So what will help? Firstly, time at home with family, Six of Cups. And let's just go into the little weather warning, because she's on this platform and the water is at bay. It's like, go to higher land, you know, go whether you can be safe, that sort of thing. Tidy the home and get it all organized for heavy winds and things like that. But anyway, back to the general message for the rest of the world tuning in. Time with people you love, having compassion and understanding for your family members or the people that are important to you, spending time with your children if you're a parent, like bringing more peace into co-parenting dynamics, giving and receiving apologies where needed, like just being compassionate, soft and understanding. Now, this brings me to the first card of your reading, which is the one you chose. And it is Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. So, and this Page of Cups is Dear Spirit, definitely is. So if there is a situation where it's needing a little bit more softness and compassion, that is what will actually help you with your challenge this week. Yeah. And also catching up with people from the past, like having a heartfelt conversation with someone from the past is shown up here a little bit as well. The underlying energy for your reading, wow, is the Queen of Wands, but I picked it up and saw the sun underneath as well. So that's like strong Leo energy. This could be a fire sign woman, it could be yourself, but it's representing like having a really bright, optimistic outlook on your situation, on your future, being in the power seat, being a leader, being a nurturer, but also having a deep understanding of the subtle energy that's involved in all dynamics. So I kind of want to go straight into the deer, because we are touching on that energy. So let's have a look at what the deer has to say. The time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. We see that in your whole reading ahead that we've already touched on here. That your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit and you will do well gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their need will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. So I'm also going to read the protection message just in case you feel like that would be helpful. If you don't, you can skip ahead. Dear Spirit is bringing you a gentle warning that now is not the time to engage in an argument, no matter how volatile others are being. And we see that up there, true. I love this, because I don't read these before. I just read that and then we go into this together and mark the page and away we go. And I just love how it always ties in so perfectly. Do not match their intensity with your own. If you are dealing with an overly assertive person, step back and disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. And that, I feel, is very, very important, to really do that for yourself. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have a solid footing if you stand your ground with grace. Those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. Dear Spirit also brings the message that it might be easy to offend someone today or this week, or to take offense because someone lacks diplomacy. Let all of that pass. You're not meant to take this world personally. While it is a beautiful gift to be sensitive today/this week, you need to be tough. You need a tougher hide so that any compromises you make allow you to maintain your integrity. I really love that card for you guys. That feels really good. So now we're going into the area of what you don't see coming, and it echoes that same energy first with the Seven of Swords. So you might get someone trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Seven of Swords is someone being strategic or sneaky. So just be mindful of other people's motives and actions around you. Someone might try to take you as the fool, quite literally. And with death here, it's like, so someone tries their stuff, but you manage to, I had a word for that just now. It was similar to dissolve, disintegrate, dislodge, diffuse maybe? I think diffuse, yeah. You do diffuse the situation and transform it and put it back into alignment. It's like someone tries to do that. I'm staying right where I am in my center, and it reminds me of the message of integrity, like the death. So there may be an end to that situation. For others of you, this could be something else as well. There could be something you're planning for, and you finally get to take the leap of faith with something that creates a massive change, something you've been planning for and strategizing for. A new beginning for that could be coming, where it does transform that particular situation quite dramatically, and it could be both messages for you. So in the area of outcome, we have the Five of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So that's the Five of Swords I was talking about that was on the bottom deck. They are walking away from a battlefield, and it doesn't feel good. So the Five of Swords is disengaging from drama. It can be a sense of competition you feel with others, but it's fine. Like I feel like this is just taking a peaceful road. It doesn't feel like the word residual is coming through, but it feels more in the sense that like there is no need to ruminate or focus on residual energy. In fact, don't even allow there to be any. Maybe there is none. That type of feeling with that. And with the King of Pentacles, what I noticed was this wall that sort of separates him from the city. So, and there's a sense of him being alone. Even though you have the Two of Cups in your read, so I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm so much better and so happy to be better. God, it was the longest cold of my life. So yeah, this King of Pentacles really stuck out, that he does have this sense of aloneness. So maybe you do feel a little bit alone on your throne at the moment, or there may be walls that sort of separate you from the outside world, but that's a safety blanket, and it's a nice thing. Like I kind of get the feeling of just like you have maybe a beautiful garden or home environment that you just you hide in, or not hide in, but you just retreat to, and it refuels you. And it's so important that you have that space and separation from the hustle and bustle and from the big crazy world. There's a real groundedness to your space. I feel like connecting to nature this week is like really nice, and you're going to get the chance to just enjoy your home or enjoy the work that you do. Or yeah, like the King of Pentacles feels quite accomplished, but there is a sense of isolation or loneliness I feel in this card. And then the Hierophant is next, which is like this, for some of you, this is a big change within your workspace. You know, it could also be that you're more focused on your own projects right now, or building your own business. If you work for someone, you're also freelancing and you want to focus on those projects. Or with the Hierophant being here, it is I would call it a deepening commitment to building what's important to you. And I also feel like a sense of wanting to protect what's important to you as well. Some of you might be dealing with like governing bodies, legal agencies, or like schooling, or these can be about like organizations, structures, and places within our community as well. So you might be dealing with maybe family mediation, or who knows, there could be like a marriage planning happening here for some of you, maybe. I don't know. Only because the Hierophant represents marriage, although it doesn't. Yeah, anyway. Let's jump into the next card for you, and I'm wondering, should I do the Pendulum or not? I feel like if I mention it, I can't not do it, so let's do it at the end. So you've got the card Breath of Life. Allow airflow in your lungs and in your life. And I'm going to read this as well, just in case you might like the message. And also I remember someone commented a little while ago that they were new to finding my channel, of course, but they said it was off-putting that I read from the book. And I'm not going to change that. Like, unless it feels like we just need the gist of the meaning and get on with it because we've got enough in the reading. But personally, I feel like a lot of people get, and I as well, get a lot from not diluting the creator's message that they have channeled for this card. And sometimes a little sentence in there might be all you need to hear to help dislodge you from a situation or shift your perspective. So anyway, this card is an invitation to breathe more deeply, taking more oxygen into your lungs. It could also be an inspiration to go to a place where the air is especially clean and clear. Metaphorically, this card invites you to breathe more life force into your heart space, increasing loving presence in all areas of life, breathing in love and breathing out love. Simultaneously, it signifies opening your heart whilst not getting caught up in over-attachment. Loving and being loved without neediness, loving without the fear of something being taken away, loving without the need or to own or grasp this love, letting it flow, letting it be just as it is, allowing it to unfold and evolve. Maybe there are times of closeness, maybe there are times when you are on your own sovereign journey, yet you will come back together, always free but connected for as long as you choose to be. Taking in clear, clean air is likened metaphorically to surrounding yourself with people who choose to emanate your love towards. Those you trust and with whom there is mutual respect, with the awareness of balanced spaciousness. Just as the card title suggests, breathe some deep breaths, allowing fresh new energy into your lungs. You may like to visualize the air filling you up, activating your body with life force as it does so. Imagine you are also breathing in chi energy into your heart space. As you breathe out, imagine your heart getting bigger and more open. Do this a few times until you feel your heart really open and you experience a sense of lightness and energy emanating from you. Yeah, that's that one. Okay. At this point, I feel like I really need a tissue. We have the card Moth, and same thing, going to read for you. It's about mystery, concealment, and illusion. So while some species of moths are diurnal, we tend to associate moths with the night. Moths are beautiful night pollinators doing important work under the cover of darkness. Moths are compelled to seek out the light even though it may endanger them. Moths, like butterflies, often have markings that disguise them, tricking predators into assuming they are something other than what they truly are. This illusion serves as protection. The Moth card is telling you that perhaps something around you isn't what it seems, and with the Seven of Swords in your what you don't see coming, be very clear and mindful of that. Look for the truth and follow the light, but don't let yourself be blinded. There may be something in your life that needs illumination in order for you to take control. What in your life needs illumination to enable you to see past surface level illusion? And also, I think there's a message for some about that protective quality of, flying under the radar and being disguised if needed. And then you have 3 self-care prompts before I do your pendulum. So the first one is to challenge yourself to do better. Don't set limits on your potential. Maybe you want to give yourself a 21-day challenge or something. I don't know. You have the card Get Unstuck, get past the fear of change and embrace transformation. The door is wide open here. I love that because it means that it's up to you to maybe challenge yourself to get unstuck. And then we have Root Chakra, which is another wonderful card for all of this empowered energy of being very connected and grounded, stable, secure. Maybe some Root Chakra affirmations might be nice. You can Google them and go to the ones that feel most supportive at this time. But for me, the Root Chakra is not just about our financial security, but it's also about networking and sending those roots down into our community that help sort of create a network of support and feed us sustenance that we can draw from those lines of connection. So the pendulum for my group 1s, please. Can I see a yes? Lovely. Can I see a no? Very easy. Okay, and I see the answer for group 1's question. Obviously pause if you need more time. Group 1's question is a yes. Just giving it a chance. I just like to give it a little longer to see if anything else comes through with it. I heard wait up a minute as it was turning to a yes. It was almost like, I was like, hang on, I'm getting there. I don't know, it was just that sense. But anyway, yes was the pendulum question, so hopefully that was a supportive answer for you. Obviously use discernment whenever using a tool like that. Yeah. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. If you'd like to book a private, you can book that in the description box. Like I said, there's also those horoscopes if you want to check one of those out. There's also a deal where like you can add 2 extra months to that for a little less. And then you basically get a quarterly reading. So you can check that out too. But that is what I have for my group 1. So hopefully that gave you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance in your situation. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the Obsidian Angel, then this will be your reading. So obsidian, as many know, is a stone of protection, psychic protection, dispelling negative energy, negative thoughts. It's a wonderful stone, but in the shape of an angel, I do feel like there's this extra guidance around you at the moment, extra love, extra support. I'm seeing these wings really wrapped around you. Maybe you're nurturing yourself and doing things to really protect your energy. But I do also feel that Spirit really has your back right now, and this is a good time for you to be held in whatever it is you're doing, to believe in yourself and to protect yourself from any outside forces that want to mess with what you're up to or what you're passionate about. So group 2, let's start with some of the main energies in your reading. I can see Aries is here, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Cancer are all here. So those might be people you're dealing with or part of your own chart that's activated. Yeah, it could be the case. So let's jump straight into the past energy for group 2 with the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Cups. So this is, as we know, past energy. So 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, Pentacles, 5 of Cups. Immediately the 4 of Cups is a card that can talk about being a little blocked at the heart space or just wanting to protect your energy, like the angel suggests as well. And this is past energy. So in the recent past, maybe this is over the last couple of months, weeks, days, whatever. Just feeling a little closed off maybe to a particular connection, or wanting to sort of just take a little stock on yourself and connect in with yourself a little deeper. Maybe there's some things you're wanting to do but felt the creative blocks or something in the past. Or just, it could also do with a relationship, just wanting to look after yourself a little bit, because there is some grief here with the 5 of Cups. There's definitely been emotion coming up for you around connectedness or protecting yourself or protecting what's important to you. Maybe it's about also shared resources or feeling like you're giving too much in a situation, or not feeling valued or respected in a situation. That could also lead to that feeling of disappointment here as well. It can be many different things, but it could just mean that I do feel mostly it's about just wanting to protect something that's important to you, or make sure you get what you need, like your needs are met. That feels like it's part of this as well. And then with the 4 of Cups here, it's like maybe you've been in this emotion for some time, or it could be that it's kind of been fluctuated, it's something that's sort of a continuum that has kept coming up for you potentially. Oh, a little smudge there. We'll be right. But the cool thing about the 4 of Cups is there's this beautiful golden cup, and Spirit's sort of splashing you awake in this energy as well. So if you've been going through a lot of grief or a lot of sadness, depression, regret, whatever it might be, you can see that Spirit's like, hang on, no, everything's going to be fine. Just and you are in this state at the moment. I'll hold the next card up. It's actually the 6 of Swords. So we know the 6 of Swords, the image always shows it so well to see that she's coming out of this darkness and into something much more magical. So Spirit's definitely leading you, bringing you the right circumstances, people, invitations and moments, thoughts, information, resources, whatever it is that help you dislodge the energy to move from a place of heaviness, sadness, or disappointment, or feeling the lack, and into a state of like using the magic or persevering or pushing forward with something you really want, and coming into a lot clearer space for yourself, with the Six of Swords current energy. So yeah, Spirit is really splashing you away. There's a lot of good things around you at the moment, or at least one good thing that's going to help you come out of focusing on what is empty, or what your needs that are not being fulfilled. Maybe it's a time to also fill your own cup a little bit. But I'll pull up the underlying energy for this reading. It is the Three of Pentacles. So it could very well have to do with dynamics with other people and working together, and being supportive of each other, and feeling like you are valued, your opinion matters, that what you say carries weight, that people are understanding of what your needs are, and helping everyone get their needs met in the situation. That's the thing of the Three of Pentacles. It's really about a team that works together and understands each other. And that can be two or more people in that dynamic. So yeah, then maybe you've just been a little closed off and feeling not understood, or like maybe you've been bottling things as well. There's potential for that, and it can come up with a lot of sadness in other areas, but it's something that we're moving through in a good way right now, so stay tuned. I'll do the pendulum for you at the end if you do have a question. Have a look at that. But as we progress into the week ahead, we have got the Six of Swords, and then the Ten of Swords came out in reverse. So for some of you, this is about like continuing something maybe that you had stopped for a while. This could be also about breathing life into something you thought was dead. This could be many different things. So the Ten of Swords, as we know, is like about an ending upright, but in reverse, and everything around it, it makes me feel, and I'll pull up the next card actually as well, the Eight of Cups. It can definitely feel like you're like really moving through your priorities and breathing life back into the things that are fulfilling for you, and then walking away and letting go of the things that sort of drag you down, any activities that aren't really good for you. Like maybe it's also got two cards here about cutting screen time and having a social media detox, and then a card about like just connecting with yourself. So that could also be something that really supports you here. I'm also going to touch on it because I did in group 1. It was a lot clearer in group 1 than to group 2, but for those that are not in Australia, though global followers may not resonate so much, of course, but for those that are here connecting in Australia, in Queensland, there is a cyclone heading towards us, and I can even see in the week ahead where there's like this, particularly it was interesting how it came up in group 1's imagery, but you can see it here as well, where there's like a lot of force coming towards you, like a lot of strong winds and strong weather, and it was not as strong in group 2 as it was in group 1, but it's still, I can see it here. But for those that are in the local area, obviously do the things that you need to do to prepare and clean up the yard of little things that can become projectiles. So anyway, back to the normal reading for everybody here. So this is a week where you are feeling like you're getting your priorities straight, you're breathing life into something that felt like it was not working or ending. And I feel like you're just letting go of those things that are like just tiresome and dragging you down. It does feel like a good week to persevere and push forward. So here's that card, the Knight of Swords is a card of like force. So that's why I'm thinking like, and it actually lands on the day that the cyclone is due, because it's like from the reading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Which is the same, it showed up in group 1 the same as well, and I'm keeping my eye out for it, which is cool. So some people connecting to this reading, maybe you need to go to higher ground, or you could be in like an area where you need to move away from there because the Chariot is here, and something, that could be the case, but hopefully that's not the case. Anyway, so it's still reading this for everyone else. We can see here that like you are really striving to push things forward into a much happier place. Maybe it's to do with your relationship, maybe there's been relationship struggle and you're finding a way to connect deeper with each other or understand each other more. And with that Three of Pentacles energy this week is very much about understanding, working together and being cooperative and supportive. And for some of you as well, there actually might be an actual wedding happening on the weekend, or maybe you're going on a family trip, or there's something that you just really, you're likely going somewhere. For many people connecting to this reading, there's just a beautiful occasion. Maybe it's just time in nature with friends, or going camping, or whatever it is. It could be in a birthday event or something happening that looks very exciting to look forward to. There's really nice energy that you're moving into, especially coming out of whatever this is. Like maybe it's been a bit of a rut, a lot of emotion coming up, but there's definitely a lot more lightness coming in immediately. And some of the things you're doing this week show that you're taking action to, like I said, breathe life into things that you thought were dead, or just reorganize your priorities and do things that help you connect back with yourself, getting to know yourself deeper, being creative. All these energies are here in this reading quite strongly. So it does look like a nice week for that. Also, if there is some forcefulness from, like I said, that's cyclone forceful, but there's also, obviously for other people, there's this, sometimes this can be about a forceful energy in your life, like somebody who's a little bit domineering, or doesn't think things through, or just pushes their agenda, or overrides your opinion, or what you have to say. This can be that energy. The Knight of Swords can be a little bit aggressive or forceful in some way, but with the Eight of Cups around it, the Ten of Swords, I feel like that's an energy. It's you want to, if it's in yourself, you want to work on releasing that, or if it's in another, it maybe how you respond to that is coming up this week, and responding in a new way to that makes you feel like you're back in control. You don't let that energy sway or dictate your response, but you just actually lead things back into a more loving place, and you're not afraid to do so. You've got Badger Spirit in your reading as well, which I will get to, but Badger Spirit with the Chariot in the reading is definitely being confident to push forward with what you believe is correct, and not holding back for the sake of another, in a healthy way as well. I just saw 1111 there. So in the area of challenge, we have the King of Swords and the Judgment reversed. And when I first saw this combination, I got this feeling, no, hang on, I think it was, the King of Swords came out first, and I felt like a dictator energy in that. And then when Judgment came reversed, I got this, felt like an epiphany that's this person isn't, if this is about someone else, this person doesn't see the value in what you're doing. So you might be dealing with someone who has their sights, they have their plan, or they have the way they like things to be done, and maybe they're not quite connected to your vision, and maybe overriding that. So if you're dealing with someone who's a little bit assertive or controlling in that way and doesn't quite connect to your vision, that may be your challenge this week. But connecting back to yourself and breathing love into yourself and the situation will be good, because you don't need to prove yourself to anybody. King of Swords can be a little bit harsh and abrupt at times, and with Judgment reverse, it's this can be not quite understanding you or the situation, or this person's just one track minded in a challenge here, so that you could be dealing with that. Within yourself, this energy can be also you not creating time for fun and creative things. Maybe you're being too critical on your work, or not putting value in things that seem are a waste of time, or you could be doing the housework or whatever it is. Maybe it's about not being so serious and structured, and just letting there be a natural flow, and letting yourself be creative and follow these callings that you feel, these nudges and things that might feel like it's insignificant, or you might have a great idea and just blow it off and think, oh no, that's not logically that doesn't, too much logical thinking is what I'm trying to get at. And maybe not enough creative thinking, or just being divinely inspired and letting yourself actually then follow that inspiration. If you're overthinking things or overanalyzing things, that could be it as well. So it could be a bunch there, but what will help with that challenge is the Ace of Cups and the Hermit. So some beautiful time on your own, listening to your own inner voice, following what fills your own cup, being your own, giving yourself permission is what it feels like. And of course, it shows here, a nice bubble bath with candles would be beautiful as well. Maybe also swimming in a body of water. Those that are in track of the cyclone might not want to do that. I have to say there's an area in, like, there's a creek I like to go sit by, and if there's big storms come, sometimes it really does flood quite a lot, and you're not allowed to. It's very dangerous, but like I'm very tempted to want to go and take like a boogie board down there if it does. I won't tell anyone if I do. But yeah, a lot of people do it. Anyway, I don't know why I'm dobbing myself in like this. So in the area of what you don't see coming, a whole bunch of cards did come out. First of all, with the Seven of Cups, what you don't see coming is, could be a few things, right? So for some of you, it's about, like, hang on, coming back to the challenge, actually, if you have like a creative idea for a business or a side hustle or something you want to develop a skill in, don't poo-poo that straight away, you know, like, because in what you don't see coming, it's like, I see here somebody, look at, she's looking at all these different career opportunities, right? And this is a woman working from home, even though it is the Emperor. We'll read a few layers into that. So maybe you do work from home, or maybe you are a stay-at-home mom or something like that, but you're thinking about maybe building your business, or what's next for you, or what do you want to build, or maybe you already run your own business and you want to expand on that, or maybe whatever. Like, this is somebody who's looking at their options and how to bring more authority or personal power into the situation and follow through with an idea maybe as well. So you may have lots of ideas and not know where to start. That could be what's coming in for you, this sense of like excitement, but yet needing to really decide and follow through with something. There's a lot of inspiration and ideas coming to you. And some of these ideas, yeah, very well may be focused on future events or building something for the future. You also have the Six of Cups with the Emperor here. So for some of you as well, this is like about parenting and children. And so some things may come up around your children and their needs, their extracurricular activities, their schooling, their healthcare, goodness me, the way you parent with the co-parent or with the mother or father of your child. If you're together or separate, doesn't matter, it's still here. And then as I hold up the rest as well, so I'm just like going a little bit at a time with this one because it fell that way. The next two cards that then came out was the Two of Wands and then the Sun. So we kind of get like this sense of sort of going it on your own, maybe bringing in more family or connection into the situation, or joining or making plans for the future for everyone to come together. Maybe there's like a party event or feast or wedding like we see with the Ten of Cups getting organized. There's definitely like reunion with friends that coming up for you soon, like a really nice reunion, or catching with people that just feel really good to be with. Deepening connections with your family and having good time with them. All the while you're still like considering different things that you want for yourself and the changes you want to implement within your family or home dynamics. There's a lot going on here. It could be many different things, but what you don't see coming, it looks like lots of ideas, more time and connection, a lot of positivity and fun, a good positive shift, seeing that Six of Swords in your reading, like really running towards connection, community, and the Three of Pentacles on the bottom. It really emphasizes that working with others, being with others, sharing good moments, having a wonderful time. And I do like, I strongly get here for some, it's like this, like something to do with whether it be family mediation, if that's the level of support that's needed, or just talking together and making plans that have a lot to do with family, and children and parenting and being on the same page, and maybe like planning for a very big change within your family dynamic, or even a family run business, or like I said before, your career and leaving that role of maybe being stay-at-home mum into a workforce after that, if that's the level or stage you're at. Maybe it's also to do with working with children, supporting your children's special needs, I was hearing, or extra needs. Yeah. Overwhelmed though, like a little bit too, like a lot happening, but it's exciting at the same time. So that's what you don't see coming. In the area of outcome, we have Justice, the Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands. So this, I get like this sense of really in a situation where you feel you know the truth or what's needed, you deliver that with confidence and stand up for what you believe in, even though you may feel like you're powerless in the situation or you don't know how it's going to go or what's going to unfold. There's a real need to stand up for yourself and do what's right and be honest and clear to people, even if you don't feel empowered to do so. Eight of Swords is about being in a self-imposed prison. So it's you that can free yourself by just really believing in what you are doing and standing up for it and not letting it go if someone's challenging you. And I see that in some of your cards I'll get to in a moment. But yeah, there's definitely this, like with Justice here, it's about honesty, it's about balance, it's about fairness. And if there's a situation that you do feel is not fair, then you are absolutely standing up for your rights, or maybe you're advocating for someone who can't stand up for their rights. So really, really positive outcome, but it comes with its challenge. I think it's like being diplomatic in how you navigate challenge with other people, and fairness and like cooperation is going to be a bit highlighted this week, but there's still this other layer of like recreation and fun here, as well as like time alone. And hey, it's a all-round reading, this one, so it looks like it's going to be an interesting week filled with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So we'll go to your oracles and then the pendulum. Oh, I'm feeling so much better, by the way. All the thoughts, prayers and messages that come through, hoping you get better, definitely support and work, because I'm feeling finally so much better. So you had 2 cards come out from the Animal Spirit deck, and I'm going to go into just the one, but I'm acknowledging the other. So you've got Badger Spirit and Eagle Spirit. And what was interesting is I put them back and I shuffled the cards, because I'm like, can we just have one? I want to be really specific with them. Just one is, and I don't want to like overdo it and whatever. And so I shuffled for quite some time, and then these 2 flew out together again, and I'm like, all right, fine. So then when group 3 came along, 2 came out together, and I was just like, whatever, I'm just doing it. So anyway, you've got Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. That's the one I'm going to go into. And then I feel like this is just like the angel that brings the beginning of your reading. Spirit has your back with Eagle Spirit. I almost want to read both, but I don't want to take too much of your time. So Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. Badger Spirit rejoices at your persistence and commitment to what is true for you. Whatever you seek, your tenacity and faith in your partnership with Spirit is paying off, and the results will soon create into form in your world. The gift of Badger Spirit is the surety that taking a risk now and being courageous, fearless and bold will yield wonderful results. This is a time to harness your will and apply it consistently to the pursuit of your dreams. Know that no matter what temporary outer conditions, you will manifest your desires in divine timing and in the form that Spirit deems best for you. And that emphasis with Spirit has your back. That's what I feel that card was for. Like, really, don't you think you're alone in this? Like, especially if, your commitment is being tested. It's like, Spirit's got you. Badger Spirit says you have what it takes, to get what you want, so assert yourself. Be fearless and bold, shining your light as your purpose calls you into the world. New relationships are also given the green light now. Don't be afraid to make the first move. Badger Spirit loves your brave and mighty heart. And I'm going to read the protection message for you as well, just in case you feel that would be supportive right now. When Badger Spirit comes to protect you, he reminds you that anger or aggression, argumentative behavior, or being pushy or manipulative will not result in a positive outcome. Perhaps someone close to you has excess Badger energy, or perhaps that energy is pent up in you. Either way, now is the time to calm down and allow energy to pass through you. Go for a hike, a brisk walk, shake it off, or dance it out so you can return to the situation determined and committed, but not so intense that you overwhelm yourself and others. The appearance of Badger Spirit also serves as a reminder that if you have been relentlessly pursuing something that keeps eluding you, the message is that it's time to surrender it up to the higher power and focus on something else. Badger Spirit wants to protect you from self-will, run rampant, from being obsessed with getting what you want in the form you prefer, in timing that fits perfectly with your notions of what it has to be. Remember, the world doesn't revolve around your wants. Better, more beautiful opportunities will result when you release some of that Badger spirit intensity along with your need to have it your way 100%. So take what resonates from that. I mean, I'm so tempted to go into the eagle because it's here, but I feel like, do we need it? No, I just feel like it's emphasis. Yeah, boldly build your nest in a lofty place so that you can fly effortlessly and proud. Perhaps you're making yourself small for the sake of others accepting you. Now is not the time to be vulnerable and dependent, for you have wings to fly on your own and you need to do it at this time. Yeah, that'll be enough. That's okay. So the next card for you is creative expression. Let yourself be danced by the divine. And look at that. There's the easel here as well, which is interesting. Some of you may be painters. We've got that represented here twice. The easel and the palette, anyway, not the easel, the palette. Yeah, nice. I hope that encourages you if you are a creative person or want to give it a go without being this professional. You don't need to be. Anyway, inspiration. This card signifies creativity in many guises and is a call for you to explore the arts, whether it's music, visual arts, writing, or whatever you feel a natural pull towards. Often we feel a desire to explore our creativity but feel there are other things that are more important, and you put it in the tomorrow box. That was what I was touching on in the King of Swords and the Judgment reversed. Here is the permission slip in your to put in your creative endeavor. To put your chosen creative endeavor on the top of your list. You might be surprised at the outcome. You don't need to change your life for your creativity to blossom. See it as a way to supplement your current reality. If anything, it'll uplift and complement your life. So be curious. Some people feel some resistance to the notion of creativity. If you are invited to come from a place of curiosity. Often blocks in creativity come from the expectation that what you create immediately needs to be perfect. The key to getting out of your own way, learning to play again, this will also help you to discover your way and what you enjoyed most. It's important to be reminded that, as with everything, the more you do, the better you get at it. Don't compare yourself. We're all designed differently, and a unique style is something to be celebrated. Also, those who are already good at something likely have spent many, many hours practicing and honing their abilities. They are motivated to do this because they love it so much. Try an array of different creative endeavors. You may not realize there is something waiting for you that you have a strong affinity with. If you are already well versed in a creative art form, perhaps there's a different one you would love to explore but feel it hasn't yet been given its time or space. Actually, I do feel like I'm a group 2 for quite a while now, and I just realized I've been learning the guitar because my son does lessons and my partner is learning with him as well. They play together, and so I just thought I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm smashing out Stairway to Heaven and Ain't No Sunshine, you know, when she's gone, those songs. It's been fun. And yeah, and that's exactly it. It's just I pick it up the guitar about 3 times a day and just keep going over and over. Anyway, get out of the way. One of the biggest things for me in taking my art to a whole other level was getting out of my own way. I guess this is by the creator. I don't know this deck well yet. It's brand new for around Christmas time. It might sound funny, but when we are micromanaging or judging, we are activating our analytical mind, the King of Swords, which inhibits the receptive flow, that Judgment card, right, in reverse. Receptive, flowing, creative part of the mind. Here is your invitation to dance with the divine and set up an environment that allows you to get into a more flowy, explorative state before you get into your preferred art form, which is amazing because you have the self-exploration card. This is the best reading. You could meditate before you start, encouraging your nervous system to be calm. Listening to hypnotic music without words can help. You can even play, hypnotic music without words. You can even play binaural beats to get you into more conducive brainwave state. Creating a magical container by setting an intention and lighting a candle or incense can be a nice way to invite your higher self or guides to help you connect with what your soul wants to bring through. And then it says breathe awareness. As you breathe, explore your voice, whichever way it wants to be expressed. Sounds, tones, singing or light language, gentle sighs, like whatever. Breathing audibly. Another option is to explore breath and movement, letting your body move in any way it wants to. Your breath combined with physical sound or movement will help you deepen your connection with your body before partaking in creative endeavor. Explore unusual expressions with your body, find ways to move that don't feel normal, and free yourself from habits. I love this so much. Do this as a means to shift up your energies, especially if you feel blocked by feeling that there's only one way and that way doesn't seem to be working for you. You have boundless creative potential within you. Revel in its expression, however that presents. And that is so important, is that dropping in and out of the mind before channeling or doing something creative. That is so important and fun, and it takes the pressure off, and it connects to that organic channel without analyzing it, this King of Swords energy. So maybe getting really, that might be just dropping in might be the challenge this week, and if you can work on that, then it will be easier in the future. So you have the card Mint, abundance, persistence, proliferation. I'm just wondering what that rune is. Okay, the Mint card speaks of deep roots, firm grounding, and a refusal to give in. The tenacity of the mint herb can be the despair of many a gardener, but its abundance can also be an encouraging omen. Life's obstacles can be frustrating, but Mint reminds you that stubbornness can get you through. Consider your current situation. Somebody may be trying to uproot you or remove you from something you're passionate about. Don't let them. Maybe that's you as well. Make your own decisions. Don't let someone else steal your agency. Dig in and be strong. Stubbornness isn't necessarily a negative trait. Are there unfair limitations being imposed on you by someone or something? Beautiful. Mint is so fresh too, as we know. Some self-care prompts I think I already showed you, but we will look at them again. We have cutting screen time. Put down the phone, turn off the TV and computer, and get active, or drop into this creative state. Do what's needed to get out of the mind. We had self-exploration, which is exactly everything we've touched on. Doing things to connect with yourself, and social media detox. Like really, it's like a real emphasis on it. Maybe that's the time, the free time you could have to be doing these practices or engaging in what you would fill you up. Maybe getting used on that. So being very mindful of the way you're using social media, or just those TV, computer work, catch up on office things, whatever it is, cut that a little bit at the moment for time for yourself. Pendulum is right. Okay, so pause the reading if you need more time, but let's jump in for group 2's. Yes, can I see their yes? Lovely. Can I see their no? Easy as. Okay, can I have the answer for group 2's question, please? It is a no. And when I was like, it was interesting because it was a no, and I don't know, how did it go? It was like, it felt like there was like this real sense of clarity and like very direct, but then it was almost like being in a room filled with all this stuff and paperwork and files and things to do. It's like rummaging through it and thinking, oh, I've got to clear this up, but then it just, I don't know, and then it just came clear again. So I don't know what that means, and maybe there's a metaphorical message there for someone, but yeah, it was like trying to rifle through information, God, it was hard to interpret, but it was a clean no with clarity. So yeah, hopefully that was supportive for my group 2's. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box below. I'm also doing those pre-recorded horoscopes. If that calls to you, check it out. And what else do I need to say? Yeah, that's it. Hopefully this reading gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Take care, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Turritella agate. So it is millennia old fossilized shells inside, which gives a good indication of ancient energy, ancient wisdom that you are connecting to at this time. Events from the past also, maybe something significant for you coming up around events from the past or situations from the past. But I found this particularly interesting because this is connected to past roots and ancestry, and then one of the cards you actually got was ancestral clearing. So clear what you may be carrying from those before. So it may be that you are noticing things that need to be cleared from maybe ancestral karma, and or ancient wisdom maybe coming through for you to connect with, like ancient medicine, things like that. Definitely ancient medicine. You've got a mortar and pestle in your reading as well, so there's definitely a lot of connection to herbalism and the ancient wisdom of nature. So I love that energy for you. Interesting reading, group 3. Anyway, let's just jump on in. We're going to do a pendulum question at the end, so if you feel like you would like to ask a question, that'll be there for you. So the main energy in your reading I can see is Scorpio, Libra, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Pisces, and yeah, those are the main homies in the chat. So it could be you or someone you're dealing with. It doesn't matter too much. Let's just jump into the past energy for my group 3s. We have the Magician, the Six of Swords, and the Death card as well. So now when we look at this Magician, first of all, we're looking at mastery and development. So that for some of you may have started something new, a new project, or even this could be a part of yourself that's coming to life that you're wanting to really like birth a new self. That could be the case for some of you, but with the Magician there is definitely something you are working at and mastering. Maybe you're looking at expanding on your career or learning a new talent. You've been refining your skills. Magician is the manifestor, the creator, and has all the resources available to do so. This is past energy. You've been using this Magician energy to change your situation in a very big way, because we have the Six of Swords and the Death card. Six of Swords, as you can see, it's coming out of the darkness and into an easier time when there's less turbulence, trying to navigate any mental and emotional baggage perhaps from the past, or maybe even from your ancestors, as suggested in the card and crystal here. And this has come up for healing and clearing. With the Death card here, there's major transformation going on around you. Maybe it's your work area, maybe it's your home family dynamics. Could be all of the above as well. So definitely embracing change and coming into a time of feeling more empowered, more connected, but still feels like there's maybe some mental clearing to be done. In the current energy, we have the Ace of Cups. So the current energy as you find this reading, hopefully you're feeling like your cup is full, or it is something you're wanting to do, is to fill your own cup. There's a real strong sense of peace with the Shekna here. We've got the beautiful Lotus, which is inspiration awakened, spiritual awareness. There's lots of love to give and receive in this current energy. We have the King of Pentacles next as well. We have Judgment. So this week really looks like focusing on what is going to bring you more success, more stability, more of an ability to provide. And that doesn't just mean financially, but maybe it's about providing security. Maybe it's about providing comfort. Maybe it's about providing a companionship with your partner in a deeper sense. But I do feel like there's a lot of success energy in yourself this week, where you're really calling in those elements that make you feel who you are. Like, I don't know what I mean by that. Maybe it's about indulging in your practices and your hobbies, or things that help you feel connected to the true essence of your being, like who it is you are in this world and how it is you relate to other people. I feel like you're like, there's the clearing that's going on around you or within you that I think you might be quite conscious of, is calling you deeper and deeper into yourself to bring something to life. There might be something, a new project you want to engage in, or maybe you're already working on it and it's like taking you deeper. There's something taking you deeper at this time. And hopefully that's deeper into your relationships as well. This is a time for you to really reclaim your power, but also be very giving and generous to those around you. I do feel like you've got a nice soft feminine guidance around you. It could be like a partner, a mother, a friend, Could be the Divine Mother, could be your own self, your own inner feminine. As we progress into the week ahead, we've got the Seven of Cups, the Emperor, and the Page of Wands. So this, like, maybe there is a fluctuation between rigidity and inspiration and flow. That might be the case. And maybe as well, you might be a little overwhelmed this week with different ideas and information and things that you want to explore. Maybe you want to explore lots of different things. And there is an opportunity for adventure or like communication about new inspired ideas with people that can help make it happen. So I feel like this, at the end of this week, like you're on board doing something with people that everyone's engaged in or having a good time. Or you're bringing ideas to someone who's a professional who can help give you solid advice as to how to navigate your ideas or help you brainstorm. That could be something going on here as well. You might be brainstorming with a person that's quite proficient in that area, or someone who is, there's Emperor energy here. For some of you as well, this could be about balancing your home and work, your home work life balance with being maybe a parent and also running a business or working or studying, or just finding a nice balance in everything you're doing, because I think that the things you're doing right now, there seems to be more of a call into building success in your career. That might be the case, but you're still needing to be there and connect with your loved ones and have a social life and, all those other parts that makes your life what it is and make you who you are. There is getting like a driving desire for more autonomy or strength, or like a boundary or authority or something within yourself. I feel like I want a little bit more in this area, because I don't know, even honestly connecting to group 3's reading this week, I went through like 3 different tarot decks before I even felt clear of what tarot deck to use. And then I felt real resistance to doing the reading as well. And I've had that with group 3 not too long ago as well. So maybe there's something in that about what you're feeling. Like maybe you're feeling resistant to start, or you don't know where to start. And that's very Seven of Cups energy. It's like, oh, what do I do? How do I start? What's the, what's the message for group 3? I want to be very clear before I start so I can get into it. Oh my goodness, too much fell out there. That's ridiculous. But the King of Cups is what's in my hand here. And that's very intuitive energy, very creative energy. It's also connected and emotionally mature. It's very compassionate and understanding. It's a beautiful presence to be around. This could be someone you're spending time with. It could be your partner. It could be yourself. And just like seeing the fish stands out to me, like Pisces energy now really stands out to me. And maybe there's like a significant Pisces person in your life that's supportive for you. What else can I get here? 8 of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely having talks about some project or getting things off the ground, and 6 of Pentacles on the bottom. You may also be receiving a lot of support. It looks like support is around you for something you want to launch, like you're brainstorming with people and things are moving, things are happening. There may also be talk about travel or a trip coming up as well, or making plans with people for a trip that's happening. I can see that here. There's so many different things going on this week, but for the most part, I think it's important to see that you are working on self-mastery, coming out of maybe a mentally challenging or even emotionally challenging time, transforming that energy. We're fresh with March as well. That's another thing I want to point out, is when the months change, our numerology for that month changes as well. I am offering those pre-recorded horoscope videos if you're interested to have a look at your personal month number. It goes into numerology, and then we do a bunch of reading with other things as well, looking at what archetypes is important to embody or work with, and looking at some of the astrology and tarot and self-care and higher self messages. So it's a very all-encompassing monthly horoscope, but starting with numerology, which I think is very important. And so if you reflect now of the energy of last week and February and what was going on for you, and as we come into the first days of March, have you felt a shift? What does that shift feel like for you? And then if you were to go a little deeper with numerology, you may see where the currents are and why it feels the way it does and how to work with that energy. So yeah, I definitely see a shift happening here, and then there's like expanded awareness around what it is you want to do, but at the same time that opens you, maybe opens a can of worms, or opens up this like overwhelm of like wanting to do too many things at once, or not sure exactly how to execute your plans, needing a lot of structure in what you and how you approach things, but at the same sense it needs to have creative freedom as well. So it's like finding a nice balance there. Yeah, it does feel like you've got something golden. Yeah, look at this. The Emperor and the King of Pentacles are both holding like a golden orb here, or a golden ball. There's you've got something golden in your hands. You've got something that can really, like a good idea, or a yeah. This is nice. So even you might also be like drawn, or like trying to decide between two things for yourself as well. So as we go into the challenge, we have the Nine of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Fool. So the Nine of, all of this combination is like feeling like maybe you've been working at something for a while and it started and then it stopped, or it hasn't taken off in the way you hoped it would, or it hasn't had the flow you hoped it would. Another reason why to look into numerology, because you can work with those numbers, and when things aren't flowing, you can see why and then work with that. But anyway, here it does look like there's some kind of not resistance, maybe it's resistance, but it's more like disappointment, or like expectation not met on something brand new. Like, or maybe you're wanting fresh energy or a new experience, or to take a leap of faith in some regard, but it's like there's some barrier there, or a tiredness, or not able to see the opportunity that's actually here. Like maybe you're underestimating something that's actually quite golden here for you. I'm also getting new ideas, like somebody around you might be evolving and growing, and they're having new ideas, and they've got a golden band around their head. There's a lot of gold around you and your loved ones. Somebody here has got like a beautiful idea, or they're going through their own personal evolution, they're growing, and it's all fresh and new for them, and it's really sweet. I don't know what I mean by that, or what I'm trying to say. Maybe this person is you. For someone, I get like this could be you or another person, but there's someone here that feels like they're resistant to have someone change or become freer, or become, I don't know, like maybe someone here likes the situation how it was because they had more control or something, and now it's like they have to relinquish some control, and that could be challenging them. And again, maybe this could be something coming from that ancestral stuff that is needing to be cleared as well. Like this could be about yourself and your ancestors. Like things have always been a certain way, and it's like it's so hard to dislodge and move into something more free and liberated. But and there's discomfort and maybe frowning on those that came before you, but it's like you need this. I don't know. In what will help with the challenge, we have strength. So it's the strength to overcome any resistance, the strength to persevere, the courage to come up against challenge and keep pushing anyway. We have the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here as well. So working together with others, being very cooperative and understanding, appreciating each other. So that's, again, if there's someone here that's like either you are seeing them grow and change in a way that is frightening for you or triggering, or vice versa, like you're growing in a way and someone else is frightened or triggered. It's about being understanding that everyone has a unique path and an equal contribution to this dynamic, this family or this workplace or whatever it is. It could also be like you're wanting to start something new and it's this disappointment, it hasn't flowed yet. I think I did say that already. But just keep working with others and keep your eye on the prize and have the courage to persevere, because this is the Ten of Pentacles is like not just highly financially successful, it's building something that leaves a legacy. It's got meaning here, it's got value, and it's something we pass on to our children. So that's another thing as well. Definitely the ancestry. If there are things, if you're a parent and you feel like some of the trauma or patterns, behavioral patterns you've learned through your parents and that they've learned through their parents and whatnot. See, it's about breaking that here, and that's really, really important. Maybe you're having this massive awareness and it's like, okay, well, what do I want to show my children then? You know, How do I want to show them that I'm seeing the Emperor here, so I'm going to say father. I'm their father, but I also want them to not see me as like a disciplinary. I want them to have their autonomy and freedom here. Goodness me, it's there's so many things. I feel like I could go back over this reading again and again and again and just keep getting layers. But those that understand the tarot a little will see already for themselves what those things were. That's the beauty of being a reader, and you watch another reader, is they have that one layer that they're giving you, or maybe multiple layers if they give that, but then you can see something else that you know is in it for you. And that's, yeah, another reason why it's good to learn the tarot. You can self-read and combine that with a message given from another. Lots of productivity here, being focused on productivity, producing something. I'm just seeing the apples, the bees, the honey. So I really feel like, again, and that's synergistic relationships. That's like being cooperative. Everything like feeds into the next thing. Maybe you're looking at like actually growing healthy foods on your property or something here as well. Things that then that food is then nourished and it's organic, and then that feeds your family. Ten of Pentacles, like it keeps on giving. In the area of what you don't see coming, 3 major arcana, so flow with it. It means that things that are unfolding right now are bigger than the minute details that you can control. But what I feel this is an expansion on your awareness of what is true and fair and what is equal. And Spirit is, what I'm getting from this is Spirit giving you little tests, little moments, little words said at the right time, you know, synchronicity, serendipitous events that help you shift your perspective and bring more equality and fairness into a situation, more truth. And these things are like with the High Priestess here, there's like an auspicious feeling that things are sort of preordained or out of your hands in a loving way, you know. And I want to get more on this area as well, because there might be something else here. A minor arcana would be nice. There's the 2 of Swords. Thanks. What else is here? Okay, I'm just going to get one more rather than take all of those, because I feel like I'm going to open a can of worms. 5 of Cups on the bottom, just noticing that. We've got the Knight of Cups here. Yeah, okay, more, yeah. So when we see this, it really is a matter of trusting that creative flow and trusting where your heart is calling you. And then that heart is connected to the divine, and that's why you're being called in that direction, because that's what your heart is connected to. Wisteria. So there may also be a situation, is for those in a deep intimate relationship, there may be some things going on in your deep intimate space, your sensual space, your sexual space potentially, where there's like a need to connect more intimately in a heartfelt way or something. I don't know. If that touches on something you're already going through, then just take that as an encouragement that that's a good path to take, to follow the heart and to drop in and be a little more lighthearted or soft or sensual, or allow that to happen. Outside of that, this is a time to just truly let life guide you. Don't try to intellectualize your path too much, or a situation or a relationship or a dynamic that's unfolding. Wear your heart on your sleeve, because there is things coming towards you, like I said, serendipitous moments, or things that like just, I don't know how to explain this. I hope you see what I'm trying to say. Like just let the heart lead, because the offer's coming in from the heart, or you feel inspired to give an offer from the heart. Follow that. Open your mind. If there's any rigid thinking, or if things have to be a certain way, just let that go, step back. I don't know. I kind of want a little more. We're going all right for time. I've taken a little longer today, but I don't mind. And the 10 of Wands is there. Yeah, okay. Especially, yeah, like especially if you're overthinking things, intellectualizing things, it's like drop into the heart, let go of things that are too heavy, don't overcomplicate it. If you're carrying, and again, ancestral karma, if you're carrying something, like maybe it's about working with a practitioner who can help, and kinesiology is a fantastic modality to help clearing ancestral karma. Genetic karma, anything like that. And something's going to be coming up around that, and you will see. In the outcome, we'll move along into the outcome. We have the Ace of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Temperance card. So we have a new burst of passion or creative inspiration here. Magic being woven into your daily rituals, into your life. And with the Hierophant here, just seeing all these multiple symbols, all the different religions and spirituality, this is more about this is more about divine inspiration and spiritual knowledge, ancient wisdom, and weaving that into your life in a more fun and creative way, creating more balance, creating more healing. The outcome here is actually one of a lot of peace and also melding more than one truth. So if you've been raised in a strict Catholic upbringing or something like that, and later in life you turn to Buddhism, and then maybe after that you decided to let go of all of that and take a little bit of everything, or I don't know. I think it's more about finding that what works for you without being confined. Sorry, there's a bad timing. There's a angle grinder or something going on. Yeah, cool. Hopefully that's not too loud. Let's just cruise along into the next part. So you have two animal cards now. They came out together, so I took them. One of them I'm just taking as emphasis, and the other one is the one I'll read and go into. So the first one is Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. And the one that comes with it, because the group 2 actually had the same thing. You may be drawn to group 2. Because they actually had an eagle come up, and you've got the hawk. Now, I find the eagle and the hawk are quite similar, but let spirit be your guide, whereas the eagle had spirit has your back. And so it's the same sort of message in a sense. Maybe you're drawn to group 2, or maybe if you're this one, maybe your partner might be group 2 if you have a relationship, or I don't know, something like that. I often find that like when two groups are connected, it's either the person has messages from both, or if they have a partner that likely their partner might be that other pile. But anyway, Hawk Spirit, let spirit be your guide. Let's go into the Panther, Reclaim Your Power. I'm going to read both the Oracle and the Protection in case you would like it. It takes courage to face challenges, and right now, Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you have never spoken before. Act as you've always dreamed. You might have the courage to act and love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a new, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says it's time for dreaming. The time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to the first courageous act towards reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes and your soul wants this. Be bold. The protection message, if you feel you need that, otherwise feel free to skip ahead. Are you feeling shaky because you have made a bold move and have not yet seen confirmation that everything is going to work out? Or is fear holding you back? Are you afraid to act until all risk of failure has been removed? The moment when there is no risk whatsoever will never come. So follow the urging of your Panther Spirit within and look for your fear in the eye. Have you ever heard the famous line, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself"? Stare down your fear and it will retreat and make way for your courage to fill you head to toe. And you do have strength, which is all about courage in what will help with your challenge, is to, follow that for sure. Perhaps you're afraid you can't trust the power that's rising in you, and you fear the qualities you will find within when you look deeply at why you resist the challenge before you. Every part of you, no matter how dark it may seem, has a light quality. So be bold and face it. Own the light and make peace with your shadow. Spirit trusts you, so be brave and trust yourself. Spirit has your back. Yeah, there. that's yeah, I don't want to go into it because I feel like it's just emphasis. And then we have ancestral clearing. Clear what you may be carrying from those before. And yeah, usually seeing maybe there is some genetic karma. I highly recommend, if you feel that calls to that particular part, to book in with a kinesiologist. If you're close to me, you can book with me. So sometimes we may feel that an internal struggle stems from something we can't make sense of with our own history. We sense that it's not inherently ours, yet simultaneously it is connected to a deep part of us. This card invites you to consider that there might be something you are carrying in relation to a lineage from your ancestry. This ancestry may be that of blood or of the physical. It may be from a past incarnation, perhaps even both. Regardless, it is ready to be released, and it has its roots in something that is no longer relevant to this timeline. It is time to release it. Is it hereditary? Maybe there is something you are carrying that your mother also carries or carried. Upon further inquiry, you might find that your mother's mother also carried this. That's something we touched on before too. It may go back even further. This baggage might be in the form of a limiting belief system or a thought pattern that was passed down with the intention of protecting. Perhaps something happened long, long ago that has become somehow ingrained in the energetic field of your DNA. You may have heard the belief that when we heal ourselves, the healing has a direct effect on our prior ancestry, and have heard many accounts of this, including from my own mother. Oh, sorry, this is from the writer. That's why this is a new deck, so I'm not used to using it. But this person also talks from their own point of view. Some of the synchronistic realizations she shared with me matched the theme of what I was working through at the time. Noticing signs of the past, it may be the case that all our lives are happening simultaneously in a non-linear way. We are everything and we were everything. However, some lives and experiences are more relevant to be aware of for the collective healing we are bringing in our unique piece of the puzzle. Do you find yourself having visions from other times when your body, lifestyle, or societal environment were different? Maybe you have blocks or fears that don't relate to anything that makes sense in this life. I'm definitely on the mend, so don't worry about that. Do you have a strong affinity with aspects of those visions when you notice them in this current timeline? A personal experience for me is having reoccurring dreams of tidal waves. I also had an unexplainable gripping fear of sharing important magical or spiritual information in a direct public way, as well as memories of being burned for practicing magic. The codes I'm called to bring to this current timeline connect with the fall of Lemuria and Atlantis. They also relate to indigenous healing practices that work with the energies of nature. I understand that having access to these past aspects of incarnation offers us skills, memories, and insights for how we could potentially do things differently this time, including harnessing gifts from these dimensions that can be beneficial in fulfilling our dharma. I think I mentioned on that with the mortar and pestle here, which we will get to next. Yet with our past incarnations comes some of the strife and pain that they carried, catalysts for transformation. The call to a specific past life moment could be likened to acupuncture of particular meridians of the Akashic records, restructuring and recalibrating in preparation for the golden age, with everyone doing their part. Sometimes unfair circumstances arise in life. As we work to heal and transform them into micro level, there is a rippling out into the macro, which has an impact on the bigger picture timeline. So when you draw this card, it is a call to clear any outdated energy. You can see a professional to help with this. You can also do the following visualization, which is the celestial tree of infinite Akash. So skip ahead if you don't want it, but I'm going to say it, otherwise people will ask for it, and then I'm just going to have to put it in the comment section anyway. So let's just do it. And if you don't want it, then just skip a couple 10-second skips or whatever it does. This is a vision that unfurled before me in relation to healing some inherited aspects of my mother's lineage. The vision was turned into a painting and given the title Celestial Tree of the Infinite Akash. This sacred tree exists across all timelines, realities, and dimensions, and is our portal to the infinite aspects of ourselves. Its branches reach to the heavens, its roots into the earth realm with long tendrils of glowing iridescent chains. Each link contains the elements of existence comprising of all poignant experiences one could have in a lifetime. The Akashic Records refers to the living library of everything that ever is and ever was. In my vision of this tree, I was able to remove a chain link that was no longer serving my highest good, a moment in time that I was ready to let go of in a loving way. And as I looked up to the kaleidoscopic rainbow-embellished cathedral-like space inside the tree, I realized this was my personal tree that contained all the lives I have and will ever live. Yet I also knew the universe, the openness staring back at itself through the eyes of existence. It's interesting because I do remember a visualization going back in time to a moment of trauma and being there with that younger self and healing it had a profound effect on my healing journey. So these things really do work. It says here you might like to voice record yourself reading the following so you can follow the steps with your eyes closed. So maybe you'd like to use my voice and I'll try and slow down for that. Okay. I had a little sip of tea too. Let's do it, group 3. Allow yourself to deepen into meditation or open up a sacred space. Imagine yourself with your own personal tree, your connection to the living library. Observe yourself in the beautiful, potent environment described above. Bring awareness to the aspect you would like to heal, whether it be deep within your family DNA lineage or infinite Akashic spirit lineage. See the glowing tendrils in front of you, much like those of a weeping willow tree. Notice how each tendril is made of detailed codes of light, pure life force information. These codes intersect with each other, creating chain-like links. With your intention in your heart, let yourself be drawn to a particular chain link. Allow yourself to be present with it, noticing that there is a fractal inside it, sending love, bright white light to it. Without going into a story or needing to relive the memory, unhook and remove this particular chain link. You seamlessly connect the links above and below it. With the chain link in your hand, call upon the phoenix of the white fire to transform and transmute it back to pure potential life force. Watch as it dissolves into white light. As it does so, you feel a sense of relief and lightness. This deeply ingrained aspect or memory is neutralized and becomes almost impossible to recall. Give thanks to the phoenix, to the tree, and to the gifts, strength, or evolution that came from the experience that has now been neutralized. Close the meditation or sacred space and light a candle offering deep thanks to the souls of your ancestors, particularly those directly related to the experience you just worked with. Thank them for their bravery, courage, and share with them the importance of moving forward now, so some aspect of the past cannot be brought into the next paradigm. In their place, you will create new pathways of light as we embrace the vibrational qualities of the golden age. There is a clearing revocation here as well. I guess I need to say this too, because we're not giving up here, we're going all the way. Under birthright of my sovereign soul, I command that any outdated energies or past contracts from lives that are not the one I am experiencing as whatever your name may be cancelled, nullified and cleared. Any pacts or promises made in other timelines, dimensions or realities that do not align with my soul essence may be neutralized back to 0 point. Any connection points to other souls that I have not permitted in this lifetime are to be removed now, immediately and permanently with grace and ease. It is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. So moted be. Chayem. Anyway, that was a big one, so probably a bunch of you may have skipped forward, but if you didn't, well done for sticking through that. The next card is a mortar and pestle with integration, subtlety, and thoroughness. And I think we were just thorough in that moment. So, the goals of the mortar and pestle are twofold. First, to reduce the size of something, and then to combine ingredients. In a spell, in order to evenly combine your components, you need to break them down into smaller parts. The grinding motion used with the mortar and pestle can appear aggressive, and applying too much force can make your ingredients fly everywhere. Use finesse. Be gentle but thorough. Take the time to blend things evenly. This card tells you that something in your life needs to be better incorporated. It could be as simple as integrating your practice into daily life, or something more complex like finding balance between two relationships. Whatever it is, take it slow, or you'll scatter what you're trying to integrate. What parts of your life do you need to blend more seamlessly? And then we have some self-care prompts. One is to-do lists, get more done, eliminating distractions from your day, using to-do lists and checking it off. The more you read, the more you learn. Would be helpful at the moment. Oh, sorry. All kinds of, Anyway, I'm still a lot better than I was in the last 2 weeks, that's for sure. I'm sure you can all tell. And then the next one is plan your career. Create milestones and have a strategy to set yourself up for success. So we'll go into the pendulum question to finish out your reading, group 3. Let's have a look. We're going to ask for a yes first. Let's see the yes, please. It doesn't want to move at all. There's something about stillness in that message. Okay, so maybe the question you asked needed more stillness, or there's something you can take from that, but maybe you want to use this moment to pause and reframe your question, or keep the same question if you feel like that as well. But that was definitely a message of just not moving. So it's like maybe you're not meant to know as well. That could be a factor. But anyway, we're going to try one more time just in case you've changed your question or want to persevere. So, okay, can I see a yes? See, I didn't even know if I asked a question just then or if I was checking the yes, but it didn't move. I don't even remember what I just did. How weird is that? Okay, we got some movement. We got a yes. Can I see a no? That's a no. Fantastic. Answer for group 3's question. And it's swinging up into a yes. Yeah, that is a yes. That's so bizarre. Like, I don't know if I was checking the yes and it stayed still, or if I'd already done that and I was asking the question. I just had a full blank, but whatever. It is what it is. And this reading's gone for too long. I apologize, guys, with 37 minutes. Anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully it gave you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance in your week ahead. Definitely was an interesting one. If you're after a private reading, you can book that in the description box, and I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.